Welcome back. Some houses are part of a homeowners association, also known as an HOA. Today on HomeWise, we're going to discuss the pros and cons of HOAs. Joining me now is mortgage expert Tyler Osby. Tyler, behind garage door number 1, we are talking about homeowners associations, HOA for short. What does that mean?
A homeowners association is something you become a part of voluntarily when you buy certain properties.
Okay, they just fall into that category because of where they're at,
Yes.
which means then that there are rules that not only you have to follow, but the association has to follow, correct?
Yep, you're basically opting in to be a part of a community, and that community has a very, very strict set of rules.
Okay,
Yeah.
behind garage door number 2, let's talk about some of the advantages. And a lot of times, I don't want to necessarily say it's only for townhomes and condos and things like that, but that's a lot of times those are going to be HOA communities, but then there are also just single family homes that are part of HOAs
I mean,
too.
there's HOAs everywhere.
Yeah.
The office building that I'm in is in an HOA.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
a lot of times the thing that people are really looking for is a maintenance-free lifestyle. They don't want to be the person having to remove the snow or mow the grass,
Sure.
you know. And then you'll get access to shared amenities that they can do at scale with things like pools, clubhouses, whatever. It varies, right? But you're kind of forced into a community. And the interesting thing about that is sometimes you get really good friends and sometimes you get frenemies.
Oh no.
So yeah, the advantages are very clear. People sign up for it on purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what some might call the disadvantages, or what I've labeled them here at garage door number 3. HOA considerations, so things to think about. There are advantages, right? If you don't want to be out there plowing your own snow, shoveling your own sidewalk, taking care of your own lawn, perfectly fine. An HOA might be a perfect situation for you. However, other things to think about.
Yeah, well, something that is probably its own segment on itself is that financing can become more challenging when you're buying into an HOA. But the fees are important because, you know, how your association is managed financially, if they're responsible keeping money in reserves and that kind of thing, will have a really strong influence on if you're getting a surprise invoice for, you know, a roof they had to replace or some siding repairs or something like that. And if they go way overboard, it can get really expensive really quickly. There can also be drama. I mean, it's something people joke about, but literally, you know, just a couple people throw a fit inside an HOA and you got a real problem because everybody kind of has to vote on things to get things done. And that really comes down to the management of the HOA, whether it be the local board of people who are voted to, you know, kind of act on behalf of, or if there's a company hired to help manage things. So you just got to really go in with your eyes wide open and know that there's some long-term things you need to consider.
All right, good stuff, Tyler. Thank
Yeah.
you. If you would like to share what you have learned on HomeWise today or check out some of our other HomeWise topics, just visit WHO13.com.